Today we are going to make dot marker creations using little dots to make a big picture. This is inspired by the artist Yayoi Kusama. Now that we have learned about our artist Yayoi Kusama, we are going to use her idea of dots to make bigger pictures. We're going to be starting with a pencil. So if I can get someone who is sitting in seat number 4 to come up to my counter and get pencils for your table. Everybody gets one pencil and we're going to leave the basket in the middle of the table. Now the very first thing we need to do is write our name. Now I'm going to write Miss Moss, but I want you to write your own name. Once you've written your name, we're going to flip our paper over so it's safe on the back. Now, again, you can draw pretty much anything you want. Now, the tricky part is we're going to be doing this with dot markers in a little bit. So, we're going to start with pencil to give ourselves something to follow. I'm going to draw a butterfly. So, I'm going to start with a circle for the head and an oval for the body. Remember, you do not have to draw a butterfly if you don't want to. And then I'm going to draw these big curves for my wings. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now this is just a rough drawing that I'm going to go back over with the dot markers to make it look more like a butterfly. If you want to draw something else, that's okay. Maybe you want to draw a car, in which case you might start by drawing a big curved line like a rainbow. Then, at each end of the rainbow, you could draw a little curved line like the letter C. Next, you're going to need some wheels, so you're going to draw some circles. And then you can connect those circles with a straight line. You might want to add a window to your car. But I wouldn't get too many details on it because it's really hard to do with dot markers. You could also do a flower or an animal. It's up to you what you want to make. Once you've drawn with your pencil, you're going to put the pencils away, and the person sitting in seat number 1 is going to bring the container back to my counter. Now before we can start, I'm going to pass out messy mats to everybody. Make sure you have your messy mat underneath your paper with your drawing on it. Each table is going to get a basket of dot markers. There's one of every color in the basket. And we're not going to fight over them. We're going to have to take turns. Because there's only one of each color and there's 4 people at each table, if you all want to use the purple, you might have to wait until it's your turn to use it. One person at a time can use the purple. If I see you fighting over them or not using these correctly, I will take away your dot markers and I will give you normal markers instead. We need to take care of these dot markers so we can use them again and again. I've only got enough for the class to have one each. Set these in the middle of your table. Again, make sure your paper's on your messy mat. And you're going to pick your first color. When you get your dot marker, you're going to unscrew the cap, set it on your messy mat so it doesn't fall on the ground. And then you're going to take your dot marker and press it down. Now, if it doesn't come out looking really nice the first time, you can try to press it down on it again in that same spot until it fills the whole spot completely. We are not drawing with these. You are just making little dots. You press it down and pick it up. Everywhere you want that color, you're going to make a dot. After you've made your first color dot, you're going to put the cap back on and put it away. Now you can pick your second color. Second color, take off the cap, set it to the side, and again, use your dot marker. Make little dots all the way around where you want that color to go. Now I can either fill in this space with dots, or I could pick another color, but I'm going to go ahead and fill it up with this same orange. Now that I'm done, I'm going to put the cap back on and put it back in this basket. And I'm going to get my next color. I'm going to take off the lid and set it on the messy mat. Now I'm going to put this color everywhere I want it to go. And then I'm going to put the cap back on. Now, even though I finished my butterfly, you can still add dots around it to fill up the paper. You can pick any color you want. You can even pick more than one color. And you can add little dots going around the paper. Make sure though you don't put too many dots. You want to still be able to see your picture that you made. Once you're done, make sure all of the dot markers are back in the basket, and I will come and pick this up. Because our papers are still a little bit wet where we used our last color from the dot markers, we're going to pick up our paper on our messy mat, and we're going to go put both of these on the drying rack at the end of the table.